Hello everyone, and welcome to the first video of the chess tutorial series. In this video, we'll be going over the basics of the materials, chess pieces, chessboard, and more. Let's get started by importing our models and materials. So let's go ahead and create a new folder. Name this Mesh. And then inside of your folder, you should have all of these files right here. Just going to select them all and drag and drop them into this folder. We'll just click this Import All button and then wait for it to be done loading. Okay, we can go ahead and close out of this. Press OK here. And first thing that we're going to do is we are actually going to create a new material. So let's just right click, material, and we're going to name this matte_dark stone. Okay. So for this one, we're going to go ahead and grab the stone block dark, and then we'll grab the normal and the roughness as well. Like we just got the normal, so let's drag that one in there. Okay. And then let's hook up our normal to the normal input, roughness to roughness, and then base color to our texture. Okay, so we can go ahead and save and jump out of this one. Okay, and next we are going to duplicate this one, and we're going to name this matte_regular stone. Okay, and then we're going to grab this stone block and drag it in here. Instead of using the dark stone, we're going to use this stone block. So let's just delete that and put it in its place. Then we can save again. So these two materials that we just created are for the blocks on the chessboard. So we're going to go ahead and go into our stone block here, select our regular stone material, and then press that right there. We can save that. Okay, and we're going to do the same thing for each piece for now. So just go in, open up each piece, and then make sure that the material is set to the regular stone. Okay, now we can close out of this, file, save all, and that'll go ahead and save all of the objects for us. And now what we're going to do is we're going to take these materials that were created on import, and we're just going to go ahead and select them all and delete them. Okay. Now that we have that done, we're just going to go ahead and order this a little bit more. So now that we've done that, we're going to create one more material. So let's just duplicate this matte regular stone, and let's name this matte parent stone. Then let's go ahead and open this up. Okay. So basically what we're going to create with this parent material is when a chess piece is selected, we want it to highlight as yellow. And then also for the different chess pieces, we need to create a dark chess piece and a light chess piece. So this material is just going to handle that for us based on a team enumeration down the line. But right now we're just going to set this up. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start off with an if statement and then a scalar parameter. We're going to name this highlighted. And then we're going to plug this into A. Okay. So this if statement is going to go into our base color. And then we're going to get our dark texture over here. Actually, we want to create a scalar or a texture parameter. we go. And then let's name this stone texture. We can plug this into A less than B. Okay. And then we're going to grab the light material. We're going to hold M to get a multiply and click. We're going to plug this into A greater than B and A equals B. And then we're going to hold 3, plug this into the multiply, and then we're just going to do some kind of yellowish color for our highlight. Press OK. So now that we've got that set up, we're just going to click on our if statement, make sure this constant B is equal to 1. And as you can tell, there is no highlight, but when we change our highlighted value to 1, it will turn yellow. Awesome. So we're just going to set this back to default at 0. We can go ahead and save. Then we can go ahead and close out of this. And now what we're going to do is we're going to create our character. So let's create a new folder, name this game, right-click anywhere, new blueprint class, and the character. We're just going to name this chess character. Open this up. And inside of our chess character, we're just going to go into the event graph, remove all this stuff, and then we're going to event, begin play, get all actors of class. And basically what we're going to be doing here is we are getting a camera that will be on either side of the chessboard. And we're just going to get a reference to these and then set the view of the character to one of the cameras. So we can just go ahead and get all actors of class, since there will only be 2 cameras in our level. We're going to get, and then get again. This time the index will be 1. And then the first we're going to set to first camera. And the second we'll set to second camera. Okay. Next we're going to get player controller, set view target with blend, and then we're going to set the view to the first camera. Okay. So, next what we're going to do is we're going to create a team toggle and a toggle from one camera to the next. So to do that, we're actually going to need a new enumeration. So let's go into our content browser, right-click, go under Blueprints, Enumeration, and we're just going to name this Team Enum. We'll put 2 values in here, white and black. Save. Okay. And now we can go ahead and add a new variable, name this team, set it to our team enum. We're going to create a custom event called toggle player. And then every time the player is toggled, we will flip-flop. First one, we'll set the team to black. And the second one to white. Okay, and we can reroute these. And then we're going to grab our set view target with blend, paste it down here, and then off of the new view target, we're going to use a select node. And the select is going to take the isA input So if it is not A, we'll go to the first camera. If it is A, we will go to the second camera. Okay. We can save and compile that now. And we can go ahead and close. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to get the chessboard set up. So let's go ahead and create a new Blueprint class. Make this an actor. Name it BP chessboard. Okay, and this is going to be probably the most tedious part of the whole thing. We're just going to get a static mesh. And then the static mesh we're going to name block underscore and then the position. So as you can see here, a chessboard is lined by A through H and 8 through 1. So that's the format that we're going to be using for this tutorial. So you are creating and naming each individual block for these. So first one will be A1. Go ahead and find the chess block. And we can rotate it. Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and create a new level, default. Delete this really quickly. Actually, we're going to put the chessboard out first and then delete it. And this might be a little big. Let's see. Should be fine. We're going to leave it at that size. And then you are going to duplicate and just go all the way down. My suggestion while doing this would be to go along the side here and duplicate them all. Let's start with the letters, A, B, C, D, 1, because as you duplicate these, it'll automatically rename it to the next number. I'm going to go ahead and skip the step of renaming all of these in the video because it does take a lot of time. So I will see you at the next step. Now that we finished renaming and creating all of the block pieces individually, next thing that we need to do is make sure that they are colored correctly. So we will just select every odd one, like, and then we're going to change it to the dark stone. We can save. And we're just going to go to our event graph, delete all this stuff, and on begin play, we are going to get all actors of class, find our chess player, use a get, and then we are going to set this as a reference. So play ref. We can go ahead and minimize that components tab too. Okay. Now we can save, compile, and then we're going to go into our level. And actually, we're going to go into our chessboard again. Let's go ahead and select all the pieces. And then let's just make sure this is kind of in the middle of where this blueprint should be. Like it's lagging quite a bit. If you can see, there's a little piece that's kind of flipping above the chess pieces, or the chess blocks. And we kind of want to line that up with the middle of the board. That looks close enough. Let's go ahead and save, compile that again. Okay. Now we're just going to get a camera. Just get a regular camera actor. Okay, and then we can rotate it towards the board, kind of upwards, and then down at an angle. Make it a little higher. Okay, and we can just duplicate that. Do the same thing for the other side. There we go. Okay. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go into our game folder. We're going to create a new blueprint class, create a player controller. So let's just name this chess PC. Let's open this up. And the reason that we want this is because we want to be able to click on things. So we need to enable mouse cursor events, enable show mouse cursor, and enable click events in here. Okay, and then another thing that we're going to do is we're going to create an event dispatcher called mouse clicked, and then we're going to get left mouse button, and then call mouse clicked on left mouse button. Save and compile. Next, we are going to create a game mode. So we're just going to search for game mode down here. Make sure it's game mode and not game mode base. Just GM. Okay. And in our game mode, we are going to set our values. So let's just open this up. Okay. We need our chess character to be set. So let's find our pawn class. Default pawn class, there it is, chess character, and then our player controller. Okay, so we can save and compile, and then next we are going to go into Edit, Project Settings. We're just going to change our default startup map, so let's go to Maps and Modes. Editor startup map, we're going to change this to, actually we need to save it first, so let's save chess level. Put this in our game folder. And then we'll set the editor startup map to chess level. Okay. And then our default game mode needs to be set to chess GM. Now we should be able to press play. And as you can see, our character is on one side of the chessboard. And since we set up that logic for toggling, whenever we get into our turn logic, we'll be able to go from either side. So that's all for this video. This was mainly just getting everything set up so that we can start creating the logic in the next videos, and it'll be faster. So the next video will be focused on getting our pieces set up. This includes creating a piece parent blueprint for all of our pieces and getting all the mesh and other data set up. So thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.